By early 2026, the geopolitical landscape fractured. The conflict between the United States, Israel, and Iran created a sudden demand for military modernization, with active strike zones generating more intelligence data than human analysts could reasonably interpret. Modern warfare requires processing logistics and troop movements in milliseconds. This left the United States military facing a disadvantage on a high-speed digital battlefield. Compounding this shift is a global AI arms race. China's People's Liberation Army began deploying models like DeepSeek to gain a direct tactical edge. DeepSeek is an advanced, open-weight artificial intelligence model developed in China that the PLA utilizes without Western safety restrictions. Falling behind carries severe strategic risks. The Department of Defense sought to immediately upgrade its autonomous weapons and surveillance networks to match these adversaries. Because the military lacks the internal engineering capacity to build these complex systems, they have become reliant on private technology companies to provide the software driving their new arsenal. To address this need, Washington circulated a classified $200 million contract. The requirement was for a single, powerful AI model capable of processing mass surveillance data and managing autonomous targeting systems. These requirements directly collided with the culture of Silicon Valley. The tech industry was built on consumer convenience and civilian idealism, writing software for photo organization and ride-sharing rather than lethal combat. The Pentagon specifically targeted Anthropic for the deal. Anthropic builds some of the most capable AI models in existence, but the company also maintains strict, publicly stated commitments to AI safety and avoiding military weaponization. This $200 million offer forced a historic choice. Tech executives had to decide if they were willing to let their private algorithms be used to identify and engage human targets. Anthropic officially rejected the $200 million offer, turning down a significant windfall to maintain their own safety guidelines. This flowchart shows a targeting sequence designed with a human-in-the-loop protocol. This is a design requirement where an AI can identify a target, but a human operator must physically review the data and grant approval before any lethal action occurs. Anthropic established this as an absolute ethical red line. They also objected to the Pentagon's demands for unchecked surveillance processing. Deploying their models into active, chaotic war zones created significant security gaps where their proprietary data could be compromised by foreign actors. The Trump administration retaliated against Anthropic's refusal to cooperate. The White House moved to officially ban Anthropic from federal use. The policy was designed to make a public example of tech executives who defied military requests. This ban signaled that Washington was prepared to punish and alienate any tech company that refused to arm the military. Within days of the ban, OpenAI accepted the exact classified contract that Anthropic had rejected. Under this new agreement, OpenAI's models will be utilized for predictive combat modeling, ingesting battlefield data to forecast enemy movements. This decision triggered an intense internal reaction, sparking the viral Quit GPT movement among employees in Silicon Valley. OpenAI's head of robotics abruptly resigned, characterizing the departure as a protest against the new military applications. The pushback was significant. 900 employees signed protest letters demanding the company maintain safety guardrails against weaponization. OpenAI's decision divided the industry. Corporate leadership showed a willingness to build for the military, while a technical workforce actively rebelled against that vision. This follows a clear historical pattern. Technology developed for active combat zones eventually transitions into domestic civilian life. Early military innovations, like mid-century radar systems, eventually formed the basis of commercial aviation and civilian shipping infrastructure. The government computer mainframes built for Cold War logistics laid the technical groundwork for modern commercial data tracking. The privacy implications of the OpenAI contract now follow a similar trajectory. The exact AI systems designed to process mass surveillance on the battlefield can be adapted by domestic intelligence agencies to monitor civilian activity. Despite safety pledges and corporate red lines, the military demonstrated its ability to find a willing vendor. The $200 million deal represents a specific shift in how the military acquires its intelligence. By securing a vendor in OpenAI, the Pentagon integrated civilian code into its autonomous arsenal, creating the precedent for future warfare where tech sector safety guardrails no longer apply.